please. Yeah.
Thank you, Representative Lombardi, and thank you to all members of the committee for hearing us today. My name is Kari, and I am a teacher. I have my Master's of Arts in Teaching. I've learned theories in pedagogy, differentiation for ESL and GT students. I've done case studies and classroom analyses, and according to this degree from a top-tier university, I am a master of teaching every student in my classroom. Except not once was I taught how to teach students with dyslexia in this program, along with the vast majority of my fellow teachers. And dyslexia affects 1 out of 5 students in our classrooms. Most of us are not taught what dyslexia is, nor how to teach our students with dyslexia in our programs. Teachers that I ask if they know what dyslexia is, they say, oh, that's where you flip your B's and D's, right? And these are the teachers that are in the classrooms. No, it's much more complicated, and teachers need to know this. As our definition in this bill states, it's the difficulty in phonological processing which impacts speaking, reading, and spelling, as was mentioned. It takes years of intensive evidence-based interventions, as mentioned on lines 14 and 15 of this bill, that literally change the pathways of these students' brains in order to help them read. I've had the great fortune of working at a school that served only students with dyslexia. Almost every single one of the hundreds of students that have gone through that school have had the same story. A teacher continually told them that they weren't trying hard enough, that they were lazy, that they just needed to practice more, read more, and these teachers have good intentions. They ask the students to read out loud in their class, which is incredibly embarrassing for them. They ask them to stay inside for recess to complete their work. These students were embarrassed because even though they were working exponentially harder than their classmates, they could never get out of last place in their Mad Minutes sticker chart or their reading charts. They couldn't do what other kids in their class do, so their self-diagnosis is that they were just not as smart as the other kids. They've given up on themselves and become anxious and depressed, broken literally by the time they were 7 years old. This is from my students' notes. But those kids have been saved by teachers who were taught about what dyslexia is. When they heard the facts and findings set forth in this bill, their eyes lit up that somebody actually understood them, that somebody saw their strengths and not just what they were doing wrong. You see, as this bill demonstrates, these kids aren't less intelligent at all, but oftentimes quite the opposite. In lines 9 and 10, this bill highlights that they have strengths in higher level cognitive functions such as reasoning, critical thinking, concept formation, and problem solving. They have incredible ingenuity and the skills that are necessary to become the next leaders, CEO. Okay.